so obsessed with their messaging, so obsessed with the brainwashing, that they will actually jump to the defense of the indefensible just to make their point.
We've all been lied to our whole lives. Can't you bloody tell? Across the ocean.
Well, hello, you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. Welcome. I'm back. I did a live stream yesterday to sort of say I'm back. And yeah, raring to go. Let's get to it. Looks like I come back in not a minute too soon. Right then, the train attack, Huntington, shall I say, where a now single black attacker, British born, very important to get that out, because it's important to let them know they're British born, but then again, so was the Manchester bomber, so was Axel Rudabakani, etc, etc, etc. Being British born doesn't mean anything anymore. Now, it's not terror related, of course, even though, of course, I would still call it a terror attack, because a terror attack is something that causes people to fear and experience terror. And it already starts to smell a little bit of cover-up. But of course, we're all going to think that. Now, because it's not a terrorist attack, people are going, you see, it's not a terrorist attack. Okay, well, that makes it 10 times worse. Because that means he was just a raving, insane lunatic who just decided to run down a train, stabbing people. And we must immediately doff our cap to the one still fighting for his life victim, which was a guy who worked on the train and apparently bravely threw himself in the way of the attacker, and even, so the reports say, blocked one of the stabs that was aimed at a young girl with his head. Hero. And especially for the signal operator and the train driver as well, for getting it back to a station as soon as they possibly could. But for people to be celebrating it wasn't a terrorist attack, so you can all sit back down, this is my big problem. We'll probably get into this, you know, the actual part of the attack once all the information has sort of come together. Because, unlike everybody, you know, claims, not jumping in here, it's clear there was something different about this one. So I'm waiting for it to sort of filter up, and we'll get there. But it's also quite amazing that you can stab somebody, a load of people on a train. You could stab a guy walking his dog and a couple of the people in the street, and they're not terror related. But if you don't hand over the PIN number to your phone, that's a terrorism event. But then again, that's the sick world of country, sorry, not even world, but it's the world, yeah, and our country that we live in right now. But what stuns me the most is the fact that there are the usual suspects rushing out to defend the attacker. Rushing out to go, oh, well, there's all you far right blaming this, that and the other. Oh, it's not, we don't know the facts. Just jumping in here. Just got home, remembered this bit. Remember how they all screamed and shouted about the fact that it was a far right guy who attacked that mosque, set fire to it? Remember when they all jumped and screamed and shouted and didn't need the facts, didn't apologise? Yeah, you see, as with everything with the Leftwaffe, only ever works one way. Any case, back to the car. Oh, you're all wrong. Bit like when they go out to rush out to protect migrants at a hotel where the guy raped a woman and a child, and they're there, refugees are welcome. So obsessed with their messaging, so obsessed with the brainwashing, that they will actually jump to the defense of the indefensible just to make their point. I mean, one guy who went, wrote a letter. Well, we've always had murders. Oh, well, it's okay then. You know, that's fine. I mean, you got to look at Dunblane and Hungerford. What about them? Well, that shows you there's mass. But oh, right. So because people have been murdered before, that makes being murdered now or attacked perfectly acceptable, does it? You see, you're trying to make a point by defending the actions of a man who tried to kill loads of people on a train. You are, oh, we've always had sexual assaults. It's nothing. So what you're doing is, oh, well, that's okay then, because you're so desperate to defend a migrant who shouldn't be here. It's very important to say that they're British born, even though all the recent attacks have been from first and second generation immigrants. You see, you get these people, these absolute insane lunatics. I mean, one guy, oh my God, come on and said, oh, this is always you all the same. I didn't hear you screaming and shouting about the Soho murders. Well, that's because that happened 4 years before X was invented and 2 years before Facebook was invented, and most of us were still struggling on AOL dial-up. But anything to make your point, which is make yourself look stupid. Oh, well, you see, you weren't shouting about that, so because you're shouting about, you're all racists. Oh, the gammons, they're so happy that it's a Muslim. No one actually said that. What you're claiming is the fact of people reporting what had happened. And that's you taking your bias and your sheer determination to prove anyone who doesn't agree with you a racist, a bigot, an Islamophobic, whatever, that you will rush out and actually physically defend somebody who's tried to commit 10 counts of attempted murder. But that's okay. Murder rates are dropping. That's because our medical skills have increased, so you've got a better chance of surviving. If that attack had happened in the late 80s, early 90s, most of those people would have died. Speaking from somebody who has medical training, the advancements and of medical science and the ability to treat wounds has come leaps and bounds. I mean, for simple thing, that pubs and that will now have bleed kits. People are prepared to know what to do with a stab wound and bleeding. People have training. The equipment's everywhere. Everybody knows what to do. We have an exceedingly brilliantly talented set of surgeons and medics in the NHS who could patch you up. In reality, and this is the worrying thing, our doctors and surgeons and medics have become very, very good at battlefield treatment. Our medics on ambulances have become battlefield medics. They are skilled in doing what I used to do, where I wasn't taught about, not just about other things, but I was taught about how to try and stem and the abilities to stem catastrophic bleeds. Medics now are learning the skills that combat medics know. So going, oh, the death rate's lower, we're not getting, it's only because of the skills that the medics have to patch you up. I mean, the fact that these 10 people are going to have post-traumatic stress disorder and probably several people who are around there as well is irrelevant, isn't it? You see, people are rushing. Why we have such these fucking mental bastards who will rush out full of virtue and defend murderers, stabbers, assaulters, sexual assaulters, rapists, child abusers. You will all rush out to defend these because you've got to point the finger at people like me and go, you're a racist. I'm not a racist. Well, you didn't know he was a black man, except for the fact that everybody who got off the train remember that apart from Sky News trying to blank that out, everybody who got off the train said it was a black guy in black clothing. Shabib Mahmood, you shouldn't speculate. Not speculating. People getting off the train were telling us what had happened. It's not speculation. Speculation maybe about the religion. But then again, remember that Axel Rudabakani, when he did his vile attack, was portrayed as a Welsh choir boy. And it turned out that he was actually a raging fucking Muslim. You see, no one believes you. I mean, I had somebody go, oh, the police bowing down because they've had to say or tell you the state of the victim, the perpetrator, that they had to say that he was a British nationalist. Why are you defending this? You should know what they are. Because if it had been a white guy doing this attack, it would have been a white 52-year-old man from blah, blah, blah. I mean, we've had people who have been reporting, doing citizen journalism, have been arrested. Their names and addresses are out for everybody to see, released by the police within hours. But you run down the train stabbing people, whoa, can't say who you are. You know, we were having regular updates to the transport police, and Shabib Mahmood said, stop speculating, and the police shut the fuck up. You can just see that yet again, this is going to be covered up. Eventually, it'll come out. Eventually. We'll have to wait and see. Which is why I haven't done a full report on it yet. Plus, also, I haven't had the time. I mean, as the saying goes, not long got back off holiday. And have other things to do. But we will catch up when we have a lot more information. And we'll do a video on that then. So, to those people celebrating the fact that, oh, see, it wasn't a terror attack, just think that actually makes it worse. That this was just a random nut job. Any case, ways to support the channel down below. If you like what I'm saying and agree with what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, share, hit me in the comment section if YouTube don't delete it. And coming up in a puff of magic blue smoke will be gobsterstalks@yahoo.com, an email address where you can actually get to speak to me if you really need to. Don't forget, you can follow me on X and on Facebook. I'm on Rumble. I'm on everything. I'm even on TikTok now. Yes, I have a TikTok account. No, I'm not doing any stupid dances. Any case, we need to have a chat, and we will have a chat about what you need to do to sort of prepare yourself for the madness that is coming. And I will catch you in the next one.
You said to me that you can't stand